You can tell by the way Uncle Roger is sitting how badly someone goofed. The popular YouTuber usually sits in his chair with one leg propped up on the seat, elbow resting on his knee. It's the ideal talking trash position for so many Asian uncles. It's kind of comfortable, somewhat relaxed, but loaded like a spring. So that when something truly wild happens, like say, Jamie Oliver uses soba noodles to make ramen, Uncle Roger can drop his leg and act like it's an affront to human decency, and give one of his signature highs to signal how much it hurts to see someone so famous for cooking mess up ramen so bad. Throughout the pandemic, Uncle Roger has built an audience in the millions across platforms, 2 million on Facebook, 4 million on TikTok, 5 million on YouTube. They come for his roasting of mostly Western chefs botching Asian cooking, and defending the sanctity of woks and MSG. The person behind Uncle Roger is London-based Malaysian stand-up Nigel Ng. Hess currently in the middle of a huge world tour, his first headlining tour ever as a comic, driven by the massive popularity of Uncle Roger. Which Hess grateful for. But he wants folks walking away from the shows thinking about Nigel. NG's been grinding it out at open mics, clubs, backs of bars, wherever, for over a decade. Hess, a former data scientist who quit his day job and committed to doing comedy full-time in late 2019, great comic timing. By 2020, the only outlet he had for his comedy was the podcast he co-hosted with his comedian friend Evelyn Mok, Rice to Meet You. One day they're riffing, and bouncing ideas off of each other, and coming up with characters. A couple were stinkers, the smutty late-night DJ was too dirty for everyone, setting in an interview. Another miss was the right-wing Asian conspiracy theorist Nunchuck Jones. But the one with the most promise was the one least removed from reality. I started doing an Asian accent. And then with that accent I threw in some attitude to kind of mimic my older generation Asian uncle's setting. It's a familiar kind of Asian uncle. Hess kind of a jerk, but a funny one. He talks a big game, but is lovable enough to call everyone niece and nephew. Hess a bit of a cooking know-it-all, even though Hess not out here in the kitchen day in and day out. The rest of the character developed from there. The name Roger is a nod to the type of anglicized name that's a byproduct of colonization in Malaysia, kind of like Nigel, come to think of it.